Editorials across major newspapers dissected it. The Jerusalem Post wrote that Trump had turned the Knesset into a campaign rally. Haaretz called it an act of political intrusion masquerading as friendship. In the United States, reactions were divided along familiar lines. Supporters praised Trump's defense of Netanyahu as a stand against political persecution. Critics accused him of undermining the rule of law abroad, a reflection, they said, of his disregard for judicial independence at home. But beyond the noise, the symbolism was undeniable. Two leaders bound by history, controversy, and a shared narrative of defiance, standing once more at the intersection of politics and justice. As the sun set over Jerusalem, the Knesset's marble floors were nearly empty, but the echoes of that moment lingered, a single improvised line that had reignited a national debate. In the following days, Israeli commentators debated whether Trump's words would have any tangible impact. Legally, they would not, but politically, they changed everything. They reminded Israelis how intertwined their story remained with Washington's and how easily one speech could tilt the balance of public opinion. Weeks later, as Netanyahu returned to court, the question hung in the air: could a foreign leader's public appeal affect the perception of justice at home? For Trump, perhaps, it didn't matter. He had once again claimed the spotlight, reshaping the narrative, commanding attention, and rewriting the boundaries of diplomacy with a few unscripted sentences. For Netanyahu, it was more complicated. Trump's words had revived his base, but also reignited scrutiny. His trials, once confined to legal briefs and courtrooms, were now front-page material again, framed not just as cases of corruption, but as questions of legitimacy, loyalty, and leadership. And for Israel, it was a moment that tested the resilience of its democratic institutions and its ability to separate politics from the rule of law. In that sense, October 13th, 2025 was not merely another day in the life of Israeli politics. It was a reminder that in the age of spectacle, the stage itself has become part of the story, and that in the theatre of power, every word carries consequence. From the marble halls of Jerusalem to the newsrooms of Washington, one phrase continued to echo long after the applause had faded: give him a pardon. A suggestion, a provocation, and perhaps, in Trump's mind, a headline that would once again make the world stop and listen.